The question is, how do we break this siege? But let's stop playing games with each other. What Reverend Sullivan is trying to do can be marginally beneficial if you handle it right. But you got to understand the difference between pan-capitalism and pan-Africanism. Pan-capitalism is American corporations dominating the wealth of Africa. Pan-Africanism is African people throughout the world controlling the wealth of Africa. All religions, all fraternities, everything that touches your life must be an instrument of your liberation, or you must throw it into the ash can of history. We have no time for ceremony without substance. We must be led back to where we fell from, the control of the state, all by ourselves, not the imitators of our colonial masters or our slave masters. This is our crisis all over the world. Why then is it that all of the wealth-producing resources of Africa, with no exception, is controlled by Europeans? They have convinced your mind that you cannot control the wealth of your own country. You cannot control the gold that comes from the ground in your own country. You cannot make the ships or manage the harbor in your own country. And so long as you do not believe this, you're going to turn this over to other people. And you need to study the history of the rise of modern Japan. When Perry went and kicked open the door, the great Japanese educator, Baron Tanaka, called the young people of Japan together and said, we will accept this humiliation and we'll work ourselves out of it, but it won't happen again. We'll send our children to all of their schools. And they did this. By 1905, they had mastered enough technique to take on Russia. Kick Russia's butt, and people started to leave them alone. And they started a concept called the yellow pill, danger from Asia. They were making the airplanes, everything. And not a single Japanese came home with a foreign wife.